Hello, in this video we're going to be installing our quick detach seat system for the KRX 1000. Here we have two products. This is what they're going to look like when they're unwrapped. You're going to have an instruction sheet and a hardware package, 4 bolts for the seat. This one is the standard mount where it'll mount in the original position. This is the one we're going to be installing today. But I wanted to show you it's the same installation process for the 3-inch setback. You can put it in the original position or 3 inches back for the extra tall people that need more leg room in the KRX 1000. So in this video we're going to be using this one to show you how to install it. I brought these along just to cut this. That's the only time you need that, is to get rid of that. And you'll need 3 sockets. You're going to need a 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch, a 12 millimeter, and a 10 millimeter. That's all you're going to need for the installation of this. The WD-40, I'm going to show you a little trick with the KRX that has been a problem, but we're going to fix that problem with this seat system. So with that, let's get over to the machine and get started. Okay, on this, to get started, you're going to need your 12 millimeter socket. And the first thing you want to do is take the bottom cushion out, because that'll make everything a lot easier to get to. Then you want to take your slider, slide it all the way forward so you can access the 2 bolts in the back of the seats here. And they're right here on this track. And you're going to want to pay attention to the length of these. This is the one that came out of the outside of it. Alright, now notice the difference in length. The shorter one will be on the inside of the vehicle in the rear. And once you got these 2 bolts out, hang on to them because we're going to use them for the base plate. Since you got these out, we're going to put those up here and we're going to slide the seat all the way to the back. And once you get this slid all the way back, you can access the front bolts of the slider. If you notice, these are the same length as the other long one. So there's only one short bolt will go in the rear inside of the seat. So we'll save those for when we put the base plate down. Now the seat can be lifted out. Just set it on its side. And here is where I want to show you, most of the people have a problem with the sliders getting dirty, and these rollers makes it real difficult to slide these because you can't take these out very easily. As you've seen, it takes 4 bolts, but with my system, this is going to be able to be taken out and set straight up so you can spray a water hose down in here to clean all this out. And it won't hurt to use WD-40 on it, just to spray the rollers and spray in here after you clean it, and it'll keep it lubricated every time you take the seats out to wash it. That's a big convenience. You can also take this one out, but I want you to pay attention that this is slotted and this end is not. The slotted end goes towards the rear when you put this back together. So that's when we install the seat bracket. Now when to remove the bottom with the one with the slider, you have to turn this all the way so it releases those teeth, and then you can slide this one all the way out. Keep in mind that the slotted end goes towards the rear just like on the other side. But see how dirty that is. You want to clean all that out before we put this all back together. And I brought some water and a rag. It's kind of cold out here, but just clean all that out. And we're going to lube this up real good. Most people, they can't really clean this, so they have a hard time sliding the seat forward and backwards. This will take care of that. You know, just use the WD-40 on them rollers and just squirt that down. You can do this when you have it out of the machine with the quick detach system. It'll be easy because it'll be up and just spray it down in there and it'll hit the rollers on the way down. Put this in, remember that goes in the back. Put it in that slot. Make sure you turn that up about halfway through. You're gonna, anywhere in between, but you're gonna line these up later. But right now we're gonna put the base plate in, so we're not gonna be touching this for right now. Come over and we'll show you what we're going to do here. We're going to get the hardware out of here and set that aside. In a little bag you'll have your 4 bolts for the seat. These are threaded inserts. In your hardware packet, if you did not get spacers, that means they are pre-attached to the bottom base plate, which you can see right here. I've pre-attached them to make the installation a lot easier. So those are attached permanently and you won't have to worry about them. But if they come in the package, then you'll have to put them in between the frame and the base plate. So we're going to mount the base plate in the machine right now. So what you're going to do is release the seat bracket by pulling the cord and releasing that and pulling this out. Now this latch is a single cam door latch, and it's a good idea. There's a little space in between to hit that with WD-40 every time you wash the machine or whatever to keep it lubricated up. This we're going to deal with in a minute, but right now we need the base plate, so we're going to bring that into the machine and attach it. So what we're going to do is, with the slots in the front and the pin in the back, okay, we're going to install the base plate, but first this stop has to be removed and you're going to need the 10mm socket for that. So we'll take this out. And once you get this out, you won't be reusing it, so you can discard that. Now, you're going to take your base plate and you're going to set it over top where the holes go. And remember that your short bolt went in the back rear. So just start every bolt before you tighten them down. So just wiggle them around, make sure you get it started. Another one. And get rid of this socket. Once you get them all started, you can actually tighten them down then. You're going to be ready to go. And that completes your base plate installation. Now, let's go back to the seat. Okay, this is the seat bracket. As you can see, there's inserted rivets that have threads that are going to bolt onto the slider. Before we do that, I want to show you how it attaches to the vehicle on the base plate. So when it's on the seat, you want to line these pins up with those slots right there. Okay, just as a make sure they're all the way back, and the seat will just fall down and that will latch together. And your seat will be here and it'll be able to slide back and forth like it originally does. This system will lift the seat height approximately about 1.5 inches. It's like 1.4, but about 1.5 inches. And when you want to release it, you just pull this cord, lift the back of the seat up, and then pull forward and take the seat out. So let's get this attached to the seat and we'll show you how it works with the seat. Okay, now you want to take your hardware that was included with the seat system and open these up. These will each attach right here. It's easier to do the rear first by sliding this all the way back and start one bolt at a time, and make sure you do not cross thread these because it's easy to do And you just want to get them all started. Just get them all started before you tighten them down. So that one started. I'm going to slide this back until it lines up. Start the rear bolts first. Once you have those started, do not tighten those up. Now you want to release the slider, go all the way forward with it till that is all the way forward. Now you can access the front bolts. Just wiggle it around until you get lined up and make sure you don't cross thread them. Just get them finger tight for now. And you have the one on the bottom. I'm going to stand this up so you can see. And then you're going to line this one up. Like that. And it'll go in easy. If it goes in hard, you must have it cross-threaded, so don't force it. Now at this point, these can be tightened down with the 13mm. Go ahead and lock those down. Now don't forget, you have ones in the back that you left loose. So release the slider, slide this all the way to the back. Now you can access the back bolts and tighten those down. And that pretty much completes your installation. Now I usually put this in the middle. Now I'll show you how to put this all together, because everything, this is where you're going to take it out. It's easy to take in and out now. I'm going to show you how to put it in, just like before. You line up these slots in the front, just like that, and drop it down. And that completes the installation. You can put your cushion back in. You still have the access to move it back and forth. Now, as you know, to bring it out, I just grab the top of the seat, grab the release cord, give it a pull until you hear a click, lift up, and lift out the front. You can either bring it up like this and access the back, or you can take the seat out, whatever you want to do. Put the seat back in, just come back out, line up your pins, push back on the seat, you'll hear a click, and you're ready to go. Let me get the seat cushion in and I'll show you. And there you go. Now to install it on the passenger side, you're just going to do the same thing, only on the other side. Very simple, very quick, didn't take us long at all. So that was a quick, painless installation, and you have many years of enjoying a quick detach seat system from ProSteelProducts.com.